Alright, imagine this. You're at your favorite coffee shop, latte in hand, ready to browse some memes and catch up on some emails. You spot that glorious free Wi-Fi sign, punch in the password, and boom, you're connected. Feels good, right? Well, not so fast. What you might not realize is that you just sent out a virtual buffet invitation to every shady character lurking in the digital shadows. Free Wi-Fi? Think again. Hackers love public Wi-Fi, and in just a few seconds they can steal your passwords, bank details, and private messages. Today I'll show you how public Wi-Fi puts you at risk and how to use it safely. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how in the world can someone steal my stuff just because I'm on the same Wi-Fi? Well, imagine this. You're trying to send a private message to your friend, right? You type it out, hit send, and it's on its merry way. But here's the thing. On public Wi-Fi, that message doesn't go directly to your friend. It's more like sending a postcard instead of a sealed letter. Think of it like this. You write your message on a postcard, drop it in a public mailbox, and hope it gets to your friend's house. But anyone who wants to can totally sneak a peek at what you wrote, right? That's kind of what happens with a man-in-the-middle attack. A hacker, that sneaky digital postman, can get between you and the website you're trying to access. They set up shop on the public Wi-Fi network and act like a middleman, intercepting everything you send and receive. Passwords, credit card info, those embarrassing baby pictures you sent your mom, it's all up for grabs. Now you might be thinking, but websites have encryption, right? That little padlock icon in my browser? And yeah, you're right. A lot of websites do use HTTPS, which encrypts your data. But here's the kicker. Even with HTTPS, a determined hacker can still pull off some sneaky stuff, especially if you're not careful about the websites you visit. For example, let's say you accidentally click on a link that looks legit, but it's actually a fake website set up by the hacker. Suddenly, even if you think you're on a secure site, you're actually sending all your information straight to the hacker's lair. It's like thinking you dropped your postcard in a secure mailbox, but it turns out it was just a cardboard cutout. And it's not just about stealing your info right then and there. These man-in-the-middle attacks can also be used to install malware on your device without you even realizing it. One minute you're checking your email, the next minute, bam, your computer is infected with a virus that's stealing all your passwords and spying on everything you do. So, yeah, man-in-the-middle attacks are no joke. But don't worry, we'll talk about how to protect yourself from these digital eavesdroppers a little later. For now, just remember, that free Wi-Fi might not be as free as you think. It's always a good idea to be cautious when connecting to public networks. You never know who might be lurking in the digital shadows. Using a VPN can add an extra layer of security, encrypting your data and making it much harder for hackers to intercept. So, next time you're sipping that latte and browsing the web, make sure you're taking steps to protect your digital privacy. Stay safe out there, and keep your data secure. Alright, so we've talked about hackers lurking on legitimate public Wi-Fi, but it gets even sneakier. Imagine this. You're at the airport, phone's about to die, and you're desperate for some sweet, sweet internet juice. You scan for Wi-Fi networks and see one called Free Airport Wi-Fi. Sounds legit, right? Well, here's the thing. It might not be. Hackers are crafty and they know how to exploit our need for constant connectivity. They create these fake hotspots, Wi-Fi mirages in the digital desert, designed to lure you in and steal your precious data. They give these networks official-sounding names, maybe even mimic the logo of the coffee shop or hotel you're at, all to trick you into connecting. And the worst part, these fake hotspots often don't even require a password. You connect thinking you've hit the jackpot of free internet. But in reality, you just handed the keys to your digital kingdom over to a hacker. Think about it. When you connect to a Wi-Fi network, your device is basically saying, "Hey, I trust you. Here's all my data. Have at it." And on a fake hotspot, that data goes straight into the hacker's clutches. Passwords, emails, browsing history. It's like laying out a buffet of your personal information for them to devour. And it's not just about stealing your data in the moment. These fake hotspots can also be used to install malware on your device. You connect to the network, start browsing, and bam! You've downloaded a nasty little surprise that's going to cause all sorts of havoc. So how can you spot these Wi-Fi imposters? Well, it's not always easy, but here are a few red flags to watch out for. First, check the name carefully. Does it sound a little too generic? Is the spelling slightly off? Hackers often use names that are very close to the real thing, hoping you won't notice the difference. Second, be wary of networks that don't require a password. While some legitimate public Wi-Fi networks are open, it's always best to err on the side of caution. If it seems too good to be true, free, fast internet with no strings attached? It probably is. And finally, trust your gut. If something feels off about a Wi-Fi network, don't connect to it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Remember, those free internet unicorns are often just cleverly disguised hacker traps. Don't fall for it. One more tip. Consider using a VPN. A virtual private network can add an extra layer of security, encrypting your data even if you accidentally connect to a rogue network. It's not foolproof, but it's a valuable tool in your digital safety toolkit. Stay vigilant and protect your data. Alright, so we've talked about hackers intercepting your data and setting up fake hotspots, but it doesn't stop there. The digital world is full of hidden dangers that can compromise your privacy and security in ways you might not even imagine. Let's dive into the world of data sniffing, where your digital footprints become a hacker's treasure map. Every click, every keystroke, every website you visit leaves a trail that can be traced back to you. Imagine this. You're browsing your favorite online store, adding items to your cart, maybe even entering your credit card information because, hey, you deserve a little treat. It's a routine activity for many of us, but it can be a goldmine for cybercriminals. You think you're safe, right? After all, you're just doing some harmless shopping. Well, on public Wi-Fi, a hacker armed with the right tools can be like a digital bloodhound sniffing out your every move. They can see what you're doing, what sites you're visiting, and even what information you're entering. Data sniffing is like eavesdropping, but instead of listening to your conversations, hackers are capturing the data packets that your device is sending and receiving over the network. These packets can contain a wealth of information. It's like they're wearing a pair of digital headphones, tuned into the frequency of your online activity. They can hear everything you're saying in the digital realm. And here's the thing. A lot of the information we send over the internet isn't encrypted by default. This means it's vulnerable to interception. Emails, usernames, passwords, even the websites you visit. It's all floating around in those data packets ripe for the picking. Hackers can easily scoop up this data if it's not properly secured. Now you might be thinking, but I thought my passwords were protected. How can this be happening? And yeah, they should be. But the reality is often different. If a website isn't using HTTPS, that password you just typed in is being sent in plain text, like sending a postcard with your deepest, darkest secrets written on it for everyone to see. It's an open invitation for hackers. And it's not just about stealing your passwords and credit card details. The implications are far-reaching. Data sniffing can also be used to track your browsing habits, see what you're searching for online, and even figure out your location. This information can be used for targeted attacks or sold to the highest bidder. It's like having a creepy stalker following your every move in the digital world. They know where you've been, what you're interested in, and can predict your next move. So how can you protect yourself from these digital bloodhounds? It's crucial to take proactive steps to safeguard your online presence. Well, the first line of defense is to always use HTTPS websites whenever possible. This ensures that your data is encrypted during transmission. Look for that little padlock icon in your browser's address bar. That's your signal that your connection is encrypted and your data is a little bit safer. It's a small step, but it makes a big difference. But even with HTTPS, it's important to be mindful of what information you're sharing on public Wi-Fi. Public networks are inherently less secure. Avoid logging into sensitive accounts like your bank or email if you can. These are prime targets for hackers. If you absolutely have to do some online banking, consider using your mobile data instead, or at least connect to a VPN, which we'll talk about more in a bit. A VPN can add an extra layer of security. Remember, on public Wi-Fi, it's like you're shouting your personal information in a crowded room. Anyone can be listening, so be cautious. Anyone can be listening, so be careful about what you say. Always stay vigilant and protect your digital footprint. Now you know, public Wi-Fi is a hacker's paradise. But hey, don't let that scare you off from enjoying your latte and free internet. Just be smart about it. Protect yourself by using a VPN, avoiding sensitive transactions, and being aware of fake hotspots. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share to spread the word. Stay safe online.